Good evening, everyone, and buckle up, because Saturday night is where this story really begins. What we're tracking right now is not just another winter system, but a high-impact, multi-day weather event that's unfolding across a massive portion of North America, and southern Ontario is directly in its path. We've already gone through one of the coldest starts to a weekend in years, and as brutal as that Arctic cold has been, it's actually helping to set the stage for what comes next. As we move through Saturday night, temperatures remain dangerously low across much of southern Ontario. Wind chills are still hovering near -30, and in some exposed or rural areas, they may briefly dip even lower. This is the kind of cold that doesn't just feel uncomfortable, it becomes a safety issue, especially for anyone outdoors late tonight or early Sunday morning. Skies tonight will be partly cloudy to cloudy, and while conditions may seem quiet at first glance, the atmosphere is anything but calm. High above us, energy from a powerful storm system over the central United States is beginning to surge northeastward, and that energy will reach Ontario sooner than many people expect. Late tonight into the pre-dawn hours of Sunday, we'll begin to see the first signs of change. Cloud cover thickens, and scattered flurries or light snow may develop, especially near Lake Ontario and across parts of the western and central GTA. Accumulations early on will be minor, but this is the opening act, not the main event. Sunday morning arrives with very cold temperatures still firmly in place. Even as snow begins to increase in coverage, daytime heating will be virtually non-existent. Snow that falls will be light, powdery, and able to accumulate quickly on untreated roads, sidewalks, and highways. Now, this is where things start to ramp up. By mid to late Sunday morning, easterly winds begin strengthening across Lake Ontario. And this is a critical detail. Lake Ontario remains largely ice-free, allowing cold air to move across open water and pick up moisture. That sets the stage for lake-enhanced snow, even before the main storm system arrives. Communities along and near the Lake Ontario shoreline, including Toronto, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, Pickering, Ajax, and Oshawa, could start seeing steadier snow develop before noon. Snowfall rates during this phase may fluctuate, but it will be enough to begin coating roads and reducing visibility. Then, by Sunday afternoon, the main system arrives. This is when snow coverage expands rapidly across southern Ontario. What was scattered or localized becomes widespread, and snowfall intensity increases. Visibility drops, road conditions deteriorate, and travel becomes increasingly difficult. The timing could not be worse. Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening is when many people are returning home, traveling between cities, or heading back from weekend trips. Major corridors such as Highway 401, the QEW, Highway 403, and Highway 400 are likely to experience slowdowns, accidents, and possibly closures as conditions worsen. As we head into Sunday evening, this storm reaches its most impactful phase for the GTA. Snowfall rates increase further, and in some areas, lake enhancement locks in, creating narrow but intense bands of heavy snow. Where these bands set up, snowfall could pile up rapidly, several centimeters per hour at times. This is especially concerning for downtown Toronto, the western GTA, and communities along the immediate lakeshore, where winds blowing off Lake Ontario provide just enough added moisture to supercharge snowfall. By late evening, snow totals begin adding up quickly. 10 centimeters becomes 15. 15 becomes 20. And in some locations, totals could push beyond that before midnight. Winds also increase, gusting up to 40 or even 50 kilometers per hour, leading to blowing snow and near-zero visibility at times. Open areas, elevated roadways, and highways become particularly dangerous. As we move into the overnight hours Sunday night, snow continues falling steadily. While some inland areas may briefly see lighter snowfall, lake-enhanced bands near Lake Ontario could persist through the night, keeping accumulations climbing. This is when the storm really tests snow removal operations. Light, fluffy snow may sound easier to deal with, but in reality, it accumulates extremely fast and is easily blown back onto cleared roads. Plows may struggle to keep up, especially during periods of heavier snowfall. By early Monday morning, many parts of southern Ontario wake up to significant snowfall totals. Across the GTA and nearby cities, 20 to 30 centimeters will be common, with localized amounts potentially approaching or exceeding 35 centimeters where lake enhancement is strongest. The Monday morning commute could be severely impacted. Expect snow-covered roads, reduced visibility, transit delays, flight cancellations, and long travel times. Pearson Airport, in particular, may experience widespread delays due to ongoing snow and cleanup operations. As Monday progresses, snow gradually begins to taper off from west to east. However, lingering lake effect flurries may continue near Lake Ontario into the afternoon, especially east of Toronto toward Pickering, Ajax, Oshawa, and Bowmanville. Even as snowfall ends, conditions remain hazardous. Temperatures stay below freezing all day Monday, meaning there will be no melting. Snow will remain packed onto roads and sidewalks, and any untreated surfaces will stay slippery. Now let's talk about what happens after the snow ends, because the story doesn't stop there. Behind this storm, another surge of Arctic air pours into the region. Monday night into Tuesday brings another round of bitter cold, with overnight lows plunging back into the minus teens and low minus 20s, and wind chills again approaching minus 30. That cold locks everything in place. Snowbanks harden. Ice becomes more dangerous. And cleanup becomes slower and more difficult. Looking at the broader picture, this storm is part of a persistent winter pattern. There is no quick warm-up waiting on the other side. Instead, below normal temperatures and occasional flurries look likely to continue through much of the upcoming week. Now, let's talk preparation, because this is not a storm to take lightly. If you have travel plans from Sunday afternoon through Monday morning, strongly consider adjusting them. If you must travel, make sure your vehicle is winter-ready, fuel tank is full, and you have emergency supplies on hand. Dress in layers. Cover exposed skin. Limit time outdoors, especially Sunday night and early Monday. Check on elderly neighbors, family members, and anyone who may need help during extreme cold and heavy snow. And remember, if it feels dangerously cold outside, it is. This storm is combining heavy snow, strong winds, and extreme cold, and that combination significantly raises the risk of frostbite, hypothermia, and accidents. The next 36 to 48 hours will be challenging across southern Ontario, particularly in and around the GTA. This is a storm that will be remembered, not just for how much snow falls, but for how widespread and disruptive the impacts are. I'll continue tracking the system closely and providing updates as conditions evolve. If you found this forecast helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any important updates as this storm unfolds. Stay safe, stay warm, and avoid unnecessary travel if you can. I'll see you again soon with the latest updates.